Yeah, and some of those were yards after contact, as you talked about, and which means some missed tackles out there, and that was another frustrating thing in the second half.
Yeah, and that's going to happen at times. Can't happen quite as much as maybe it happened today, but look at the guys you're trying to tackle out here. You've got Pro Bowlers across the board virtually. Deebo Samuel is as good as anybody in the league, and we didn't face him on that Thursday night game in Seattle back in December. So that kid is as good as there is out there. McCaffrey has proven maybe to be the steal of the trade season when he came over from Carolina, and all he did was go for over 1,200 yards from scrimmage just in the games that he was here in San Francisco. So they have a really talented football team that you just cannot make mistakes. You can't get out of position. You can't miss tackles. And the other thing that I have always thought, and we've talked about this before as an offensive player, our offense has to stay on the field. Keep those guys on the sidelines. That's the easiest way to defend against Deebo Samuel, is keep him sitting next to his coach on the sidelines. We didn't do enough of that in the second half.
How about Tariq Woolen? We've seen him play so well this year as a rookie, but today you got the best of him, it seemed like, and it seemed like Kyle Shanahan wasn't afraid to scheme toward him and really go after him, and I thought Woolen had a tough game out there today.
Well, he did, and again, you mentioned it, it's scheme. They ran, especially when the Seahawks ended up in man coverage, they would run deep crossing routes. And so Tariq was already behind the receiver. Now he's really chasing. It happened to Michael Jackson, same way, going the opposite direction. And that's what you do. When you scheme against particular players and you know what they like to do, now you do the things that make life really difficult for them. But the problem becomes when the quarterback can stay back there and have time and wait for that guy to come all the way across the field and then throw it on the far side down the sidelines. It's tough to beat a team like that. At some point, you have to expect we got to get home with our pass rush. They got Purdy off his mark a bunch. Give those guys credit up front. They kept trying the whole game. Chenna and Bruce and those guys, they made a lot of headway. But when you can't bring the kid down, when you can't force him not to throw, that's when he scrambles out of trouble, finds the open receiver, and is able to make the completion. So that was as tough as anything for the Seahawks defense today. Just couldn't quite get the kid on the ground when they needed to.
Yeah, I don't want to, as we wrap it up here, I hate to keep praising the 49ers. We've talked a lot about the Seahawks and some of their deficiencies today, but you got to tip your hat to Brock Purdy. I mean, this kid was spinning out of trouble all day and hitting guys.
He really was. I was impressed actually with the one mistake, maybe two mistakes by Geno. But again, another quarterback, only he's, 10 years removed from starting, 10 years in the league, and here he's starting his first playoff game, as is this rookie final draft choice this year, Purdy, also playing his first playoff game. I thought both these guys performed really well. I mean, Geno, again, aside from a couple of mistakes, I thought played really good football, really threw the ball well. But Purdy, he's a different cat. I mean, this is a kid who, was one draft pick away from being a free agent. And the Niners are just probably saying, we have a dearth of riches here with the quarterbacks they have. I mean, you can probably already pick one out and throw him to somebody else in the league by next season, but this kid can play football, and they're going to have a battle on their hands to see who's going to be the starter, and you know what? That's exactly the way any football team wants it.